Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Axion. It's great to be here. Great to have you hanging out with us. I expect we'll have several more piling in as we move forward. We have several quests taking place around this live stream. This live stream is really for our Zeely community, for our Zeely questers. We're going to be talking about some of the things that we're doing. We are going to be structuring things a little tighter as we move forward. We're going to be introducing some more opportunities as we move forward. And I think it's important to note, we're giving away $50,000 over the next 4 to 6 months. We're going to be having dash quests, sprint quests, flash quests. We're going to be having ongoing campaigns. We're going to be having a lot of different opportunities for leaderboard related rewards, but we're also going to be upping how much rewards are available for each quest. There was a quest right before this. It just ended. That was the one just promoting this quest, or promoting this live stream. We have a quest taking place right now for the hour that we'll be here. And then we have a quest that's going to start at the end of this live stream for people who missed it, or people who just want to go back and watch it again and participate in the quest. All in all, we're giving away about $800 in rewards for helping us promote this live stream and the project. And that's really what this is all about. Axion has been around now for almost 5 years. We are literally coming up on our 5-year anniversary in just over a month from now. We've seen a lot. We've participated in a lot of everything that's happened in DeFi, the blockchain, everything that's gone on as far as new protocols, rugs, all of that. We've seen it all. We can't really say we've seen it all, but we've seen damn near a lot. And we're really looking to, as this says, doing DeFi better, introducing ways to participate in blockchain, participate in the financial aspects of the blockchain, and to have long-term rewards and long-term engagement through the DAO. The DAO is not just here to shine a light and talk. We're actually looking to do things. I've already participated in legislation here in the state of Utah. We are filing the DAO in the state of Utah under the Utah DAO Act. We're going to be a legitimate entity, both IRL and on the blockchain, and we're going to be able to remain autonomous. If you haven't, and we're going to have some quests around this, but you really need to kind of dig into the DAO Act and the opportunities right now that are laid out before us for us to truly build a community-centric project. Not just one that's in theory, but one that's actually, that everything we do, everything that we build will involve our community, and the community will benefit from it. This is the long-term goal. We've heard people talking about, and there's some DAOs out there that are doing some really good work. We're looking to partner with several of them. But for the most part, I think it's fair to say, and I think most of you would agree, that the term DAO has been abused by the industry, which is why we are registering in the state of Utah. We're legitimizing it. We will be functioning and participating in not only Utah related legislation, but federal level related legislation in partnership or in harmony with some of the other organizations out there that are doing the same thing. So I just want to kind of get this vibe going. This is really, again, this is for our Zeely community. This is for a lot of our new apprentices. Obviously, the OGs, we want you to participate in this. We want you to get excited about what we're doing. We want you to see the value in what we're doing, and that we are truly taking this project in a whole new direction that's going to help us grow and have a voice in decentralized finance. So that's really our main goals here. So I'm going to go ahead and go. I do have a few slides here. We're going to talk about some of the quests. We are looking for suggestions. We had a couple of really good suggestions in general today that I responded to. We're going to open up a thread, and we're going to invite some of our core questers that we know are not OGs. We might have an OG or two in there, but for the most part, we want some of our newer community members to join us in this private thread, where we can discuss how these quests are going, how we can do these quests better. It's not just about going and clicking and completing. We want you to understand what it is that you are participating in. We want you to get excited about what we're doing. We want you to see the value and actually become a member of Axion DAO. And we want to provide a pathway for that once you're fully onboarded and engaged, it's very clear and you really understand what we're doing. Because in order to build this DAO, we need core members that are participating in our votes, participating on our mastermind council, participating in our workshops and our private groups, anyway. So I'm basically doing this unscripted because I just want to just lay it out kind of raw and in person. And so feel free to ask questions in this thread if you have specific questions, but wait until I've kind of given a little more information out. That way because your questions might be answered as I go through this information. So I have talked a little bit about the journey to get here. And here's something that a lot of people, probably a lot of our newer questers, don't know. We launched 5 years ago, and we were the victim of a rogue dev, of a bad actor, who basically liquidated the liquidity. They were a trusted dev at the time, and they put code into after everything had been audited, Surtech, Halliburton, all of these, we had several certificates and auditors look through everything. And but this dev just at the last minute decided to throw in an exploit into the code when he launched it, and then disappeared for a year before he finally completely rugged out the entire amount. But it only took, and that was on November 2nd of 2020. By November 12th, so 10 days later, the community rallied together, refunded the liquidity, relaunched the contracts, and here we are 5 years later. We survived one of the worst bear markets. We were lucky enough to participate in a lot of token launches, a lot of project launches, raising close to $8 million for about 9 or 10 different projects. One project in particular, we raised $2.5 million for. And we want to get back to that as a protocol. We want to get back to token launches, being a launch pad, which is why we have our headquarters in the metaverse in Income Island with our launch pad. All of these things are long vision goals that we have as we move forward. So there's a lot of history behind this project, and I highly encourage you do a little research and learn a little bit about that. Some of it is in our support.axiondao.com thread. Others is in the old support docs, which is support.axion.network. If you go to support.axion.network, then you can see some of the old documents. It's still relevant today, but all of that is going to be sunsetted and set out as we migrate to base. So, but we're going to be having campaign long requests, which is what we've been doing up till now. Up until now, the majority of our quests have been very long term. There's campaigns that are going to go until we end. And once we get to the end of this campaign, yes, it's going to be a long campaign, but what we're doing is looking farther into the future. So, but when we do reach the end of these campaigns, there are going to be some very large prizes that people are going to have access to, and they'll be able to participate for. Coming up, like right now, at the end of this live stream, we have a dash quest. It's a 3-day quest. We're going to give people 3 days to watch this video, to return, give us feedback, comment on this video, do some screenshots. And that leads me to, I'll probably circle back to this, but we're getting a lot of bogus screenshots. We're reviewing these. And if you're putting in bogus screenshots, we're going to start making notes. And if all you're doing is putting in bogus screenshots and bogus responses, then unfortunately, we're probably going to have to just remove you from the competition. Right now, we're not doing that. Right now, I'm just not, I'm not approving that claim. So if you're doing that and we see it, you're not going to be eligible for any of the rewards that come out because of that quest. We want this to be an honest process. We're being transparent with our community, and we want our community to be honest and transparent with us. So hopefully that is important to you guys as well. You don't want to be up against someone who's just putting in garbage and ends up winning something when you're actually out there being honest in how you're approaching these quests. So, so that's going to be something that's important to us. We're going to be having flash quests. Right now, there's a flash quest centered on this live stream. It's only good for an hour. So you only have an hour to do the flash quest. And then we're going to be introducing, starting Monday, we're going to be introducing weekly sprints, and we may include a monthly sprint with that. So there will be a monthly sprint and there'll be a weekly sprint. We're still wrapping our brains, if you will, around the logistics and the processes and how to best leverage the mechanisms that Zealy offers. And we do have a couple of very smart questers that have been reaching out and talking to us. And so we're going to lean on them for a little bit of help. And we actually might be putting them to work within the ecosystem as well. We are looking for individuals that want to participate in this project as we grow and move forward. So, so this is really kind of some of the important stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just really quick look at some of the content. Wow, we got a lot of comments. Okay. Great to have everybody here. So I'll come back to this. I'm going to keep moving forward. Again, this is a multi-month ongoing campaign. This is going to be because we're doing a lot over the next 6 months. First, we're migrating from Polygon to Base. Then we're launching a new, let's call it the Liquidity Accelerator. It's kind of an engagement kind of protocol. It's going to be fun. So we're going to be training and teaching on that through our quests. But then we're going to be rolling out some other things behind that. And so as we go through this process over the next 6 months, we actually set this up so that we're going to be doing Zealy campaigns for the next year minimum, because we've prepaid to have Zealy for a year. But this 50K giveaway, this is going to be at minimum a 4-month campaign, but possibly up to 6 months as we get into December and the beginning of the year. and as we kind of gauge the market, which, by the way, the market looks pretty damn awesome today, if I do say so myself. I'm pretty excited about everything that we're doing and the timing of it. We've spent the better part of the last year building up to this moment right now. So a lot of people that are coming in and who've only known about this project maybe for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's taken us a full year of doing DAO votes, of working with legislation, working with IRL influencers, attorneys, and online, some very large online projects that we're working with. So some of those you've already met, some you're about to meet. I think we're going to have a couple of new ones on next week. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. So another important aspect about these Zeely quests, we are going to be incorporating all of our community partners, our collaboration partners, our launch partners, and ultimately we're building an incubator, if you will, of projects where new projects coming to the blockchain have a resource center where they can gain access to some of the most valuable tools in DeFi, and do so in an environment where they can be confident that what they're engaging in is not going to wreck their future. So that's really something that's important to us. As I've said already, we're going to be doing weekly prizes. On average, we're giving away a minimum of about $5,000 a month in prizes. We've already handed out about 1,500. By the time this one's done, it'll be closer to 3,000 by the time this one and a couple other of our quests conclude. And we're really happy with Zeely. I want to say this. We really are happy with Zeely. I love the simplicity of it. I have reached out to the Zeely team. So if you're part of the Zeely team, I'm the guy who sent you the message. So we are looking to work directly with Zeely as well. So hopefully we can make a connection there. But ultimately, we're going to be including our partners. And everything we're doing with the DAO will be included in these quests. And we're using this as a tool so that you can better understand the vision, the purpose, and the mission that is vital to us. When I came into DeFi, Axion was one of the first projects that I became acclimated to, and the community was phenomenal. If it wasn't for the community, I don't know that I would have really latched on as strongly as I did, but I did. I fell in love with the project. I ended up being called up to be an advisor as the editor of one of the largest remaining papers in Southern Utah. And so as an editor, as someone who is very deeply engaged in content marketing, I was brought on to be as one of the advisors. And as things happen, as things work out, over the course of about a year and a half, I slowly moved up to where I was on the team, and now I help kind of lead things. But we do have a lateral kind of management for the team. We don't necessarily feel like there's one person that's absolutely in charge. We're all in charge of very specific aspects of the project, but we work as a team and we take direction from our community now. So that's something that's very critical to us. The campaign long quests, those are quests that will remain up most likely all the way through to the end of this campaign. It's some of the basic quests: joining Discord, following us on X, doing all of these foundational things. Those are going to be from beginning to end. A lot of those quests will go up and stay up. But this is why we're going to be introducing our weekly sprints and everything else, so we can break up the opportunities and provide more opportunities. For instance, we did recently take some advice for the Flash quest, or no, for the rerun quest that will start at the end of this live stream. I think we're giving 40 people will get $5. We're going to start doing this so that more people get smaller amounts as we go through this, but we're still doing 10 of the participants will take home, I think $15. And then I think it's 6 people will take home $25. So we're looking to spread this out so that more people win, so that if you win 2, 3, 4, 5 quests, it starts to actually be worth your time. But we don't want it to just be focused on that. We want you to be engaged because you actually love hearing what we're saying and what we're doing, and you want to help support us. That's ultimately what we're looking for. We get it. People are going to be here just for, the potential payouts. But hopefully we do a good job and we actually get you excited about what we're doing, and you find yourself compelled to hang around for a little bit longer. That's the goal. So hopefully we do that. So we're going to have campaign long quests. That means from beginning to end. We're going to do dash quests, which will be 3-day quests. I did get some input that 3-day quests were kind of too long. There are going to be quests that we need maximum eyeballs on the message. And so by extending it like 3 days, we ensure people have time to come back, check on the quests, and complete the quests, and actually get something in return, not just a potential financial reward, but actual information that they can use to evaluate what we're doing here. So, but these are the 3-day quests will be to promote some of our spaces. So 2-3 days before a space, we might start promoting that space, or the live stream, or maybe an article that went out, or a partnership that's being introduced. And so these 3-day quests will be promoting the quest, whereas a flash quest will be done during these events. And so they will, in some cases, be like 1 hour long. So this is where the 3-day quest is important, because it's so that there is a flash quest coming up, and that you can plan for that. But these will be primarily during our events, or promoting last minute opportunities to engage with one of our partners with something that they're doing. And then we're starting Monday. We are going to introduce our first sprint. Exactly what that's going to look like, I'm not sure yet, because I'm still kind of wrapping my brain around it. But I do have a couple people in our Discord. We're going to open up the private channel. We're going to chat about this over the next couple of days, so that once we launch this sprint, everybody feels like there's an opportunity. I do want to kind of back up. So typically we've only ever done these live streams on YouTube. Right now it's on it's on X, it's on Kick. So if you guys are familiar with Kick, we do have a broadcast going live on Kick. We're gonna expand our community on Kick. Let's see, X, Kick, YouTube. We're live on LinkedIn right now, and we're live on Facebook. And we've noticed that we're getting a lot of coverage on. We're getting a lot of coverage on the LinkedIn and the Facebook. We're getting a lot more engagement and participation and views on X. And so we're doing a lot to get this message out and to get everybody excited about what we're doing. Let's see, did I miss anything in my notes here? No, I covered it all. I didn't even have to read it. So must be doing something right. Dave, CC, any comments about this? Any thoughts that you want to throw in that I haven't? We do have Dave and Crypto Casino with us from our Mastermind Council. Big Bear has got some personal stuff going on today, so he's not with us. and we might have Jubbin with us next week. If you're an OG,
yeah, Jubbin.
We're Jubbin.
Yes, I just would like to say for all you new guys that have just joined Axion over the past few weeks, James really doesn't give himself credit, guys. Yeah, you're talking 18, sometimes 20 hours a day for the last year, even longer, and working tirelessly behind the scenes, from paperwork like the legislation, through to getting all these partnerships all coming together. All takes time, all everything coming together. And I'd like to give a shout out to T Deli as well. The dev, absolutely freaking, that guy's awesome in what he builds. And yeah, I would just like to really congratulate James on getting us this far now. And I'm glad to be part of this journey more or less from day one. So I've seen all of it, from the rug that we had with the dev. And what happened back then, what James didn't sort of cover, within a few days, the community rallied together and raised $500,000, guys. Yeah, from zero, from a rugged project, which everyone could have walked away from, to the community raising $500,000 and then pushing it all forward. So that's the strength of Axion for you. Yeah, we're all diving hands in this Axion DAO.
Yeah, we definitely have attracted a lot of diehard DeFi enthusiasts, that ultimately fell in love with some of the higher level financial opportunities and tools, which is what we want to continue to do. We'll be building out tools and opportunities for people to onboard, to be educated on the blockchain, to learn how to protect themselves from scams, learn to see how to see the signs. Yeah, it really goes to the heart of the project. And community is at the center, just like CC said. In 10 days, they raised another $500,000 and they relaunched the project. And so this is the heart and soul of the Axion community. And a lot of these OGs are sitting on the sidelines, sitting in the upper chamber, just watching to see how it goes. And we can't wait. We can't wait to throw that out there. But I'm going to look through some of these comments. It looks like I'll never get through all of them. But if you have anything you want to add or share, Dave, feel free, because I think I'm going to be tied up looking at all of this.
Yeah, you spend a moment or two flipping through the comments. I think there was a lot of time and effort put into working out how to run this campaign that I think a lot of people just won't be aware of. And I know that there are still some finer details to be worked out in regards to the actual delivery of some of these campaigns. Like how do we get stuff involved with the sprints, etc., or what do we include in these sprints? Those kind of things. And I know there are some ideas out there already, and I know there are some other things that we'll be able to introduce. And I know, like there's the partnerships and there's the F cancer thing. There's a few things bubbling behind the scenes that we're going to be able to use and integrate these campaigns with, which is very, very exciting. But the most exciting aspect is actually delivering on this. I mean, when did you and I start talking about this? Probably 3-4 months ago, in terms of a budget to start pushing with the community focus, finding the right platform to do it, like the work involved working out how to give away this, because we didn't want to give someone a quote unquote Lambo or a Tesla. We didn't want one big prize. We wanted a way to get lots of community members involved, and we're seeing that at the moment. Look at the YouTube comments. Thank you so much for joining the live stream tonight.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it, and this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to get people involved. We wanted to show new people what we're trying to achieve with Axion, and between Zealy and a lot of hard work from Metal and a little bit of support from me and some of the other guys regarding this, we're getting there, and that's what's exciting.
Definitely. And we got a comment here. Drew mentioned the Aussie man. It's actually from New Zealand. I think you're talking about Superman Crypto, which
I can answer this if you want. So I'm still in contact with Superman in DMs, and he is closely watching Axion, and I've already reached out to him, and he's more than willing to do videos as and when we launch to base. So
yeah, he's posted a couple times recently in general. It was good to see him in there, and that's the thing. I mean, I look at the stats, guys, and I think we're now legitimately up to about 300 people a day are coming in and checking on announcements, looking at what's being said, and they're not all commenting, but the stats. There's something nice about Discord is the stats can't be tweaked. The stats that we get are honest stats, and so. Where we used to have maybe 10, 15, 20 a day for quite a long time, for at least a year, that would pop in. We're now up to about 300. And I think we've had close to 3,000 new people join just over the last month. So I don't have a stat report today. We will probably do that next week, but the stats are important so that people really get a good, clean picture that we do have some really significant engagement right now. And so your input is going to be vital to our success long term, and that's for sure. Let's see, a lot of what's the word? Pleasantries. We appreciate that. So thanks for coming in and at least saying hi. Yeah, we're cooking. I'll tell you that, man. We are definitely cooking. I'm just gonna look through here. I don't see any questions yet. So
There's a Can Axion DAO partner with someone else in the future, from Alien Pradeep. Maybe just refresh who we've already partnered with. That's out there, which I can think of the two, Income Island and Meta Rides, and some other logos were on the front screen. But yeah, maybe just have a quick rundown of that before we wrap this up. We've flown past the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, and I actually today I was okay with that just because of the nature of what we're talking about and wanting to make sure we get it all out, and if we do have a lot of comments, being able to address those. So I'm comfortable with that. But yeah, so right now we've got Meta Rides, Income Island, Star Dogs, Siva. There's a small handful that I'm not ready to announce, but we have at least 3 or 4 others that we're going to be announcing here shortly, possibly next week. And we want to look at every opportunity for partnerships and collaboration that come across our desk. I will. The main caveat is we want to look at, especially for unknown projects, we want to look at projects that have been around for a while, that have established that foundation and rapport, and typically, depending on the nature of the collaboration, we need those actors to be doxed to the team. So we need to know who those people are. And I can say with all the names that I've rattled off, we now know them individually. We have we communicate on text messages. That's the level that these relationships have reached. So it's not just Discord or Telegram. We're actually talking on the phone. We're, we're, communicating through text. And that's what's really important to us, because we are building an ecosystem where we want people to be safe. So we want to be sure that we're not bringing someone in who can take advantage of that opportunity and become a bad actor. So we're going to be very careful with that as we move forward. I am going to skim through.
Just to add to that, Metal, as well. I think the partners that have already been announced are people that have been in the space since 2021, building out their businesses, essentially using crypto as the runway and the platform or the technology behind that startup for all of these different brands / companies. And it's been exciting to see the growth and the progression, especially of Meta Rides, having connected with them so early in their journey through the spaces. So obviously, I don't know how difficult to call the spaces a partner, but our Monday, Wednesday, Friday spaces 2 till 4 p.m. EST are going to be
Definitely.
Axiom focused every Friday for the foreseeable future. So if that's a platform where people want to come and ask questions or get involved in the conversation, speak with you directly, as I say, most Fridays you're hosting at 2 p.m. EST till at least 3 p.m., sometimes till 4 p.m., dependent on what the crowd looks like. So if we haven't answered any questions tonight, or there's other questions that people have, they'll be able to find us tomorrow. I did see a couple of questions in going through there.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna only tag that. But this is so Curry. This campaign is going to go through December, with some of the final rewards probably going out in January. Some of the larger rewards. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to have large rewards each month leading up to that, but I'm talking about, something that's well over $1,000 to $2,500 per winner will be concluding. But again, I think what's important is we look at once we start doing the sprints, those are going to be on average 1 week long. We might have a 2-week sprint. We might have a 1 month long sprint, but the majority of these sprints will be 1 week long with quests inside of them and its own leaderboard. So I don't want to beat a dead horse, but this is a campaign that's going to be going on for quite a long time. And there's going to be lots of opportunities. There's going to be reasons to check in on the quests on a daily basis to see what might be new, what might be happening. And we are going to articulate the broader picture a little bit better over the weekend. I hope to have that ready to be published on Monday. And that will be probably an article on Medium. And that will be probably one of the first quests that kick us off for this next sprint. Let's see. We actually, Augustine, I think if you've seen one of our previous live streams, we did put some screenshots up. We're probably going to be having some Easter eggs going out here shortly. There is, by the way, an Easter egg on the Discord in the captain's log. So go read the captain's log on Discord. And that's where we're going to be dropping some of our Easter eggs. And that's where we're going to be dropping some of the alpha as we ramp up to the relaunch. Let's see. Barring any issues, most likely yes. So this question is related to our snapshot. So 10 days before we migrate from Polygon to the base network, we're going to have a 10-day countdown for that snapshot. We're going to be putting out articles. We're going to be putting out live streams. We're going to be putting out posts on X, so that if you are an OG, if you have older stakes, you're going to have plenty of time to prepare for that, so that once we migrate, you can actually take advantage of it. Appreciate the comments. D3 King. So D3 King, how you doing, man? Sunny, we got Francis, we got Chinaza, we've got Happy. Hey, I want Happy. All right. Real quick. So what's the reward structure for the sprint? It'll be different for each one. It will be outlined in the sprint. And if you go to our Discord, we do have a Zeely Quest thread, and I'm posting the text for each of these quests in there as well, so that if you miss a quest, you can go read what that quest was about and what you missed out on. But each sprint, each quest has its own definition and its own structure. So it's really important that you read the text of these individual quests, because we are getting a lot of people that are asking questions that were answered in a quest that they just did. So that tells me the person doing it really didn't read it. They just went and blah, 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 and knocked it out. And there's real no value in that for you. If you fully read the text of each quest, it will be very clear as to what exactly is happening. If you miss a quest and you miss that instruction set, then you'll be able to go into our Discord. You'll be able to find that quest and read what that quest was about and what you missed. So,
Metal, there's one other question that I saw that I just want to quickly talk about before I have to run away. I've got a different spaces in 15 minutes, and I need to grab my dinner. It's nearly ready before I go eat that.
Okay.
But there was a question: is what was the future roadmap for use case in the crypto space? And I think that one. And I think you touched on it earlier on. We want to have a regulated DAO that can function from a DeFi perspective using the accelerator quote unquote gamification that's briefly been discussed in the past, to add fun and to inject liquidity into the project so that we can support with launches, so that we can hold other DeFi functionality through the DAO and through the different investment groups in the DAO, with the long-term goal of making this more accessible to your traditional investor. So that's probably the top-down view of what we want to achieve and what the functionality and the use cases is looking to be within the crypto space. I think I got that pretty close.
Yeah, definitely. It really is. We're taking a very long view, and we're taking a very pragmatic and legally supported perspective on what we're doing here. And while I don't think we're the first to try or attempt or to do this in the US, I think we're going to come out of this as one of the leaders in this process, because, and I say that, I don't say that egotistically. I say that because we're working with the right attorneys. We're working with the right legislators. We're working with people who already have a voice on a federal level. So they're going to basically be wrapping their arms around us and sweeping us into this conversation, because everything we're doing is to support what they want to see happen. And in a way that still pays homage to DeFi and to autonomous engagement. And I'm not going to use the other term because I don't necessarily believe in it anymore. But
and community led, the final aspect of that. Like we want the DAO to function as community led as it possibly can do. You know, that's something else that we've set up with this. But I really must shoot. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. And I'll probably not be here next week, just to warn you.
Okay.
I almost definitely won't be here next week, but I will speak to you soon, Metal, for sure.
Sweet. Appreciate it. It's good to see you. Good to hear you. I am going to go through a few more of these. A lot of these are kind of repeats. So rewards are still going out every week too. Yeah, we've been paying out probably every 3 to 4 days throughout the month. There are a few right now that are hanging out there that won't be paid out until the conclusion of the campaign. But starting Monday, every day, a quest will have rewards associated with it, USDC. And since we are now going to start using the internal mechanisms that Zeely provides, we'll be able to front load that quest. And as soon as that quest ends, everybody will get their reward, and I won't have to micromanage sending all of these rewards out, which is what I've been doing up until now. It's been enjoyable. I enjoy the process of checking on the quest, checking on whether or not the claim is legitimate, and doing that. But and even sending out the funds and seeing all the various winners. But we're going to be doing so many campaigns starting this coming week that we want that to be fully automated. So. And while we've been paying out on the base network, the automated system will be sending out rewards on the Polygon network. But if you provide it, and I think that there will be an opportunity to update your Ethereum addresses if you want a different address because it's on Polygon. So. Couple of these I don't understand the question. Unstoppable. I hope you win too, bro. Okay, so I am going to go. If you're doing the flash quest, I've got to go in and review those. So just so you know. You've got some lions in the house there, Crypto. Let's see.
Hey, are there lions?
Okay, I am going to skip through a lot of these pleasantries. We've got a question here. This is one of those. Do some reading. Read some of our past articles. Watch some of our past live streams. Check out our support.axiondao.com support docs. This is way more than I can answer, especially since I do want to wrap this up here in the next few minutes. Here pretty soon, I'm going to play us out with the 50K giveaway theme song. We do finally have the video is in process, so I do expect to have that next week. Let's see. Thank you. Appreciate it. You don't know how much I appreciate good vibes, guys. This has been an uphill battle, but it's been, I wouldn't be doing this if there wasn't something in it for me, as far as the accomplishment, the engagement in IRL with legislators, and just being a part of this conversation. To me, that's what I'm excited about. Got someone who wants to be an ambassador or moderator? Yeah, open up a ticket. Let's chat. Let me see. I unfortunately am going to have to. Wow, they just don't. Man, this is the first time we've ever had this. So, Cece, I think maybe next for our next live stream, I want to have you set up so you can manage this for me.
No problem, mate. Yeah.
Okay, I got to the end. Let's see. The last one right now is is the raffle winner we're winning part of the 50K? Yes. So it's a total of $50,000 in rewards that will be going out over the next 4 to 6 months. That's and right now, since we're literally just almost completed a month, we're down to we're down to 4 or 5 months. So this is going to go fast. I know sometimes it feels like it's going forever, but by the time we get through this, people are going to be looking back and going, wait, what? It's over? I mean, I guarantee you it's going to go by fast. David wants to be an ambassador too. That sounds good to me. All right, guys. So I am going to play us out. Be sure to get the Flash Quest completed, and you can go ahead and so you can participate in the quest that happened before this, the Flash Quest, and the rerun quest. So all 3 of these quests, if you've been paying attention, you would be able to participate in. So the Dash Quest, the 3-day Dash Quest, will kick off right at the end, at the top of the hour, about 6 minutes from now. But the Flash Quest is going to end in about 6 minutes. So I do need to kind of step out, go in, look through those, and make sure they're legitimate entries so that that I can get this. I will be doing a manual payout on the Flash Quest, but the 3-day Dash Quest, that is going to be paid out automatically by Zealy. So, all right. I'll probably throw up a few of these comments as we're listening to this, but I am going to.
Just one sec, James.
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, when the live stream finishes, please do a comment below after the live stream. Yeah, because it does help the algorithm with YouTube.
Yeah, that's actually part of the 3-day quest. But yeah, sweet.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to all be important. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play us out, and I'll throw up some comments as we're listening.
Yeah. We ready to ignite. We blasting off tonight. Axion DAO in the cloud with the crowd in the frenzy. Pound in the ground, engine sound like a Benz G. In Kamalans are rising, the skylines lit. Rocket climb like a rhyme when the lines all hit. Doing D5 better, together forever. Meta rides more like leather than pleather. Migration to base, the flight plans drawn. The future is now. Yeah, the mic stays on. Got a 50K giveaway. Big today. Don't faint from the news, man. You okay? Doing D5 better. Together we stay. We're just getting started. Hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO. Those engines lit. Migration to base. The perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO 50K giveaway. Fast lane frame. Hey. With the game in the gearbox. Meta rides heat. Make the street lights teardrop. Code mode load like a rhyme in the riddle. Every chain link thick has the bass in the middle. Moon zoom boom when the room gets louder. Axion strong like 4 bars from your router. We don't just chase, we replace that pace. Got the bass so laced they can't trace our race. Got a 50K giveaway, big today. Don't faint from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, the perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO 50K giveaway. Fuel in the fuse when the boosters ignite. Income island, they rockets take flight. Octane flame, every launch stays vital. 50K flip, got the grip on the title. Meta rides drift with the lift on lock. Every tick-tock click, push the rocket clock. This is next gen flex on the ledger page. Axion DAO, future set center stage. Got a 50K giveaway, big today. Don't faint from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, the perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO 50K giveaway. 50K giveaway.
All right, everybody, have an awesome day, an awesome weekend. I did fix this. They have all been approved. You still got a couple minutes to finish the Flash Quest. All right,
Take
guys.
care, guys.
Cheers.